hey, I'm not going to let you kill me. It's worked in lane and failed in the game.
Well, we'll see what the engages look like here. 3 tank games here for Chovy. Galio, I guess half of one did go pro belt and some AP, but Sword, this is the most pressure on him. It's been steadily ramping up and increasing. It was the Gnar blind pick. Okay, you got counter pick. That's too bad. All right, early game Jace went well against the Kayle. Now he is the Kayle. He's got to somehow be one of the big late game carries here for Griffin.
His performance on Akali did impress us earlier in the tournament, but we just got the tutorial on Kayle from the Shy in game number 2. Those are some pretty big shoes to try to fill.
Do want to bring up, I think the engage tools are much easier on the Griffin side. A Scion as well as a Rakan makes it a lot easier to get in. There are no hard tanks on the side of Invictus Gaming. Lee Sin can lead the way. A Morgana binding can do a little bit in a pinch, but that might be a bit more difficult here. This will be certainly a differently shaped game, and we'll see here in game 3, up against it all. A reverse sweep must happen for Griffin if they want to stay alive, or IG sweep their way into the semis, looking for their 2nd straight World Championship. Onto the Rift we go, and we'll see how they play this one out.
And even though Griffin made the tweak of throwing Kayle in the top lane, this composition looks very similar to the style they have played in their first 2 defeats. They need to play heavily around and through Viper and Lehans. Chovy is going to try and neutralize Rookie in the mid lane, and they're going to have to play maybe even perfect League of Legends, because I'm looking at IG's scaling and how well they can find flanks and how experienced they are and how good they've been playing this series. It feels to me like the odds are just stacked against Griffin in this one.
And the Scion mid-comps were pretty big, I think, in spring of last year. I remember Kingzone being really strong with BDD on the Scion, but those were prey pop-off games on Kog'Maw, really getting advantages at 1-2 items. The theory here is that Scion can initiate from the mid lane easier than the Galio. He'll rush in, and if Viper has the same start, theoretically it's easier for him to knock down the dominoes, but not as reliable, I feel like, Xayah, compared to someone who can outrange like Kog'Maw to back up the Scion dive.
Small point I want to bring up as we get in laning phases. The keystone choices of the 2 top laners, the Shy, worried about team fight power overall. Phase Rush good at chasing things down, but the Klepto for Sword trying to get items in the inventory as soon as possible. So that is one thing to track as they both scale up over time.
And I think between the Nogri and the Shy debate about Vladimir, the Shy almost always goes with the phase rush, since he's looking to get his gold basically by smashing the opponent, and then actually tries to teamfight much earlier, and that's when phase rush is going to be much more valuable than Kleptomancy, so those traits.
And in this game especially, I would have assumed Guardian, because if you get hit by the Dark Binding, you're not proccing Aftershock, and you are very, very squishy as Lehans, and he doesn't need to be a flash primary engager with a Scion on the team. So it seems to me I'm a little bit surprised, but probably just going to be comfort and muscle memory that will bring that and make that the choice.
Q can just land. JackeyLove could be hit right here. Going to be slowed at the very least, but is there an engage? Channels the Q. Black Shield comes in. Cocoon's not going to land, of course, either. Forcing the flash to the battle line, but how can JackeyLove go anywhere? Has the flash, but no heal. Waves pushed in.
He can't.
Waves goodbye. The dances come in. The knockup is there. Make sure the kill goes over. That's going to be claimed. Tarzan says, I want the 400 gold.
Yeah, that was just an executed dive by Griffin, but now Sword has to survive.
The Shy pulls aggro, takes turret shot number 1, takes turret shot number 2. He's going to pool the 3rd, and that's going to be enough damage as they drop aggro. Rookie has to flash, but they played it just right. Traded for the Ocean Drake, but I got to say, all in all, Griffin favored.
More objectives on the bot side make it easier for it to be Griffin favored. And if they can actually turn this into control wards in the river, you can unstoppable onslaught your way to repeat ganks if ever Baolan and JackeyLove walk past the middle point of the lane. Still, IG do capitalize on the best thing they can get, which is the counter kill top.
It actually means so much over there, of course, as well. You look at the fact that TP was already down. That's 2 waves denied to the turret, plus the plate taken. This is an actually huge lead in the top side for the Shy over Sword.
And let's watch this dive one more time. You can see Chovy just forces a lot of stuff. The Black Shield is out, the heal is out, and then they say, okay, Balan, that's the right call to just abandon, otherwise you're going to get the double kill in. Jackie actually does a decent job of not making it super easy for Viper to be able to get that kill, but ends up going over to Tarzan.
I thought you were going to say decent job of emote canceling, and I was like, yeah, I agree. He looked pretty good there, very dapper. This is really nicely done by the Shy. Obviously just pulls the last turret shot that's going to kill him. Easy to pick up the kill, but it does actually end up with the slow there using Rookie's flash.
Ooh, and this is actually fascinating that Rookie has swapped out of that lane and gone top against Kale, potentially having a little bit more kill pressure, because I was expecting Griffin to just repeat dives on bottom lane over and over again, and they won't be able to do that if Chovy matches top lane. I don't think Griffin should be matching this.
I mean, this is what they went the matchups for. This is why Chovy took the champions. They want to play armor stack Scion into Rookie's Kiana. They don't want to give Vlad the free lane against his one, so it's about who can swap when fast enough. Tarzan looking at the top side as well. They're going to find some stuns, but traded back.
Convenient.
Supreme display of talent, but they got to find the slow. Not the stun, though. Could not find the knock. It means no Cocoon lands.
Rookie plays that really well, and still the unselfish decision freak to draw the roaming Scion top side does relieve pressure from the other lane, so they still get something from this, even though it is armor stacking against flat pen stacking.
I do have to question Griffin's choices there, though, because getting a kill on Chovy will not win them this.
You know, you might hit your spikes first, and Viper can maybe be your team fighter at 15 minutes or so. They got the first break. Next one spawning in 40 seconds. Another play up in this mid lane. Sword does not have the ultimate, not even close.
Wow.
Ning actually a straight up solo kill. Laner's optional for Ning.
Was as the Kiana was coming mid, but Ning able to chase down the kick, and there's just a Vamp Scepter and no more items. No, onto Sword, so he just straight up dies.
Yeah, and you can see now Chovy getting out of this situation towards mid lane, because a Sword's still attackable. Whether he's top lane or mid lane, this was going to be IG's game plan. It's about what does Griffin do after that. And yeah, he procs Conqueror. Sure, Rookie is there to watch, but completely unnecessary as Sword was at the time flashless and altless.
And if they continue to march to the beat of IG's drum, they will never see a repeat gank on bot side before summon's up. They're back now. They're choosing their timings here, and they're bringing and bending Griffin's will to theirs. And unfortunately for Griffin, it means it's not about what they're strong at. It's IG more keeping themselves even or better in the game.
And now they're going to try something with Rift Herald. Sword is bottom lane. The Shy will have to see if he runs straight towards the Rift Herald, because we've seen the first game break to a 3,000 gold lead for IG off of the Rift Herald fight. If Griffin wants to actually funnel gold towards the Xayah, securing Rift Herald is so pivotal for that.
It's going to be a tense moment. A little bit of damage comes through. Balon farms some gold as Jackie Love and Viper score out from the top side, but this still feels a little Viper favor. The level lead certainly part of that one as they come back down to the river. Scuttle taken for them as well. Tarzan's here. Control ward's in the way to get rid of all the vision. And Jackie Love just farming under his turret, waiting to scale up and turn over the Muramana.
And have river control here, but only tentatively, and they will not be recreating their game one overforce, tanking the Rift Herald. Chovy has control of the river entrance here, so we'll spot Kiana if she chooses to come in. Let's see if Griffin can pick up this Rift Herald.
Valland was on a reset, so IG.
Ooh, almost. Ning walked through a ward, didn't know was there, but they couldn't find the CC. But still looking for the potential fight. Only 3, 4 for IG. 4 for Griffin. TP means all 5. Here comes the channeled Scion. Doesn't land that one there. Not much of a stun, as Chovy will be stunned, but is the fight good enough? Kais on the back line still knocked up, though. Kalos over the top, and Griffin have spread their wings. They're going to knock down 3 already. The Shy, forced to run away, stays alive, but a giant bite taken out of IG.
How do you land a full channel Scion Q on 3 people as IG tried to collapse through? That's exactly the fight that Griffin needed to find to stay in this series.
And it took 2 of their unsung heroes. First, Lehens interrupting the Kai'Sa on her killer instinct into Chovy, stepping into brush, unwarded by IG, and getting that 4-man knockup. That means they will get the Rift Herald, and this time they don't play with their food around the Rift Herald and their health bars. They actually make the right turn and pick up the kills.
In a smart play, they need the instant summon if they want to cash in on the plates. Plates drop in 30 seconds, and there's the pop, and there we're going to get a lot of gold into Viper, just like last game. Right, kill in the mix. He's going to get some turret plates here as well. Lehens wants to share some of the gold, steals a couple plates away. He's going to share for his turret gold. Maybe didn't need to do that, but regardless, a lot of money on the table.
And I do feel like we are in that holding pattern until the Infernal Drake spawns. But
I don't know about that.
Well,
Flashes in, a lot of damage
Never
here.
mind.
Sword's going to be in danger. When's the ult come out? Pops it there. We're going to find the stun, and now he's going to get kicked back in. The Q is going to land. The kill comes through. 3v1, and there is no counter push available yet to Griffin.
Yeah, if Griffin can't get the mid turret off of that. That would be disappointing because if IG does send people bot, they're breaking the holding pattern and actually letting Griffin get that mid lane turret.
And is that going to be IG saying, look, the turret's going to go down the next wave, let's make a play elsewhere? Or is it an oversight because now, before...
Is Griffin favorite as well? Can Ning find the Q? He's not going to quite get it. Jumps back to his teammate. Good smite out there for Tarzan. Over the blast plant, over towards the Infernal Drake. Still doesn't seem like that can be contested. So a fairly equal trade of sided objectives, but the neutral one goes towards Griffin as the Infernal is taken.
Yeah, the map reset advantage is what Rookie gets. He spots Chovy as he rotates back towards the mid lane. Spawning in 5 seconds. They'll get some control around it. Very early in the piece, like you mentioned, Jad. Is up. The Shy's caught.
Found out in 1v3. The stuns keeps getting layered, and he's going to go down. A killing spree for Tarzan. Griffin definitely finding the picks here.
And this is really hopeful for Griffin. They've had gold leads in both games 1 and 2. It's been a question of whether or not they're able to hold out. And after game 2, everyone calls back to all of the best of 5s that Griffin has played pretty much in their history and how they're not good in the best of 5s, and once they go 0-2, they kind of just tilt. So the fact that they haven't tilted in the first 20 minutes of this game does leave the hope.
Take over this top river. There are some wards over the wall, though. They can only clear so much of this vision until the sweepers come back from cooldown, and they're not up yet. There it is. Pop down a control ward, and they'll knock down these wards.
In the Australian dictionary, we coined, I think, 10 years ago, bounce back ability. And that's what I think IG will show here. They will keep trying the flank, because they have to. That's how the comp works. They're able to disregard the last couple of flanks versus the Shy being caught, then Rookie being caught. We will see that again and again. It just takes one jab. And if they get the right connection, specifically on that Hemo Plague, the cleanup is real.
Is that all one word?
Yeah, bounce back ability. You can look it up.
That's
It's
3
basically
words.
German.
Would Papa lie to you? No.
I don't know about that.
Hey.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, well, we'll see if the bounce back ability is going to be there. Right now, it's Lahen's pushing forward, getting a bit of poke, getting rid of the wards. Griffin are strangling out the vision. It's going to take some pretty big plays from IG to take this river back. Right now, it's just dotted with a million wards. They're all red.
What is it actually getting, Griffin? They're spotting the enemy, but again, their agenda is, okay, we got the outer turrets, we want more. The more doesn't really seem on the menu. They do have some level of mid priority when it comes to this Infernal spawn, but IG also have a lot of dark areas to potentially flank from. So yes, Griffin are handedly in control of the specific timing in the game, but it doesn't necessarily threaten the sort of objectives you need to deal a death knell to the side of IG.
And Griffin still do have a level 16 Kayle on the way, but it's 60 CS down, level 16 Kayle. And items do matter. Kayle's not what she was on release of the rework, where you just hit level 16 and suddenly you're powerful. You do need the items and the ability to capitalize it on the way that the Shy did in game 2. But from the looks of it, to answer your question, Papa Smithy, it looks like Griffin is just trying to keep their outer turrets as healthy as possible and focusing on the second Infernal rather than going for a pre-25-minute Baron.
Well, second Infernal started. Not a ton of ward control. You can see there's actually one trinket ward in the pit. The control ward that's aggressively in the jungle gets taken down as well. And Griffin say, okay, discretion, the better part of valor. They'll back off. Shy, happy to front line, has to respect some of the engaged tools, but likely doesn't get bursted down without the entire squad being there. One more auto would kill it. The flash over, they're going to go for the play, but the Black Shield is already there. That's going to be big damage. Is it enough, though? Sword self-folds. Shy over the wall. That's a 1 for 0 so far, and it's a 2 for 0. The kickback now in a Chovy, but that is the tank. He can walk away safely. Kiadol doesn't do a whole lot, and no one is going down. The recall is going to be safe. Griffin get the 2 for 0.
One of the most ridiculous 2 for 0s I think I've seen, where the whole team gets hit by all of Vladimir's spells because they can't hard engage on him, but still they win both of them. And now they've reset, and they're on the way for the Infernal.
Tarzan's going to feel safe. Chovy is pretty much invincible. 2,000 health on him. Can't find the knockup, but that means the team can come back down. 14 seconds still on the Shy. Has teleport, but this Drake will die before he ever shows up. Ning has smite, Ning has flash. He can save the go for the steal, and oh, it's not going to be stolen. Good job, Viper gets the damage across. No smite, I think, from either side. Actually, just the auto attacks come through.
Looks like a couple crits just hit the Infernal Drake right
Just on stats, but how you play it matters a lot as well, of course. You're seeing Viper dip down for some defensive options yet again. You see the Hex Drinker come in, needs to not be one-shot by the Shy. The Shy's build is not raw AP, right? It's some flat pen with a proto belt early on, so that's actually a very big deal. The Hex Drinker is there because the one-shot's not quite going to be there.
and we still haven't seen Griffin take a medium lead like this into victory. They need to find a way to actually get this Baron.
Big damage. Scion over the top. Baolan might not have a good way out. Does have the flash, but where can he even go? One auto would kill him. And they're going to find the range. There's no way out for that one. Viper on a killing spree now. 9-3 on the scoreboard.
You'd think that this means Griffin pulls for Baron, but Rookie has been missing for about 30 seconds. He's going to hope to find the fight. I don't see IG giving up this Baron easily.
Scion is spotted in the bottom lane. They know he has teleport. They know he can join. And the wards in the pit's going to keep them safe enough. Ning almost gets caught just barely. Ward hops away. Has flash if he needs it. Doesn't need to, though. Scion keeps pushing down to the bottom side. They're going to keep waiting for the respawn of Baolan.
I love the vision toggle here. Feels
Yes.
like guerrilla warfare being played by IG. Down a man. Baolan about to respawn.
And still waiting for where Rookie might be. They know he's not been spotted. They're expecting
Yeah.
top jungle. You saw the Spiderling go into the brush. They know Rookie's behind somewhere. When will they find it? What's the play? Forward they go. They might have knocked him down. Puts down the pool, but is there enough damage? They're going to try. They ult over the top, and it's already a 2-for-0. Viper doesn't die, but one finally comes through. It's up to Jackie Love, but he gets stunned. Clutch from Tarzan, but Morgana can't find it either. Viper stays alive. That's the full pentakill when they needed it most.
Exactly what Viper has needed to do this series. He stands tall through the flank. He gets the pentakill, and finally, Griffin find their Baron.
It's not often you get a do-over as an early game fed Xayah, but 5 kills later, 8 on the board. They get the Baron that thwarted them last game, and maybe Griffin will still breathe in this best of 5.
Rookie was so close.
Well below 1/3. Griffin back into the mid lane. Chovy basically invincible, so he can easily shepherd those minions in, do a little bit of damage, walk back. I see I've pulled 2 over. That means we can push the bottom lane with 4. Big damage. They might kill him right here. The Shy just going to hold the pool. Knows they didn't go any farther. Walks away on that one. But that means an open hit, but that means that's going to fall down as well. That's going to be dropped. And Griffin have now cracked open the base for the first time all series. Gold lead growing.
They would hope for 2. They've warded very well in the jungle to try and make it so that Rookie can't find a flank initiation. Chovy's going to play very strong front, and you can see the caution with which Griffin is approaching this, not wanting to make that misstep.
Again, moving forward. Mid lane turret below 1/3 now as well. Keeping the damage through. The minions still mostly alive. A couple more shots still coming in. One more auto would knock it down. The cannon will do it with one more. And now the second inhibitor is cracked. 18 seconds of the Baron buff. Just enough to maybe push in for the inhibitor. But IG, we know they can fight so well. The ultimates are available. But they're going to flinch. They're going to back off. Griffin knocked down 2 inhibitors with plenty of time to reset and do what they need on the map.
Very successful Baron buff power play. Better part of 3.5 to 4,000 gold. Picked up there in Viper. Confident enough to frontline and pick up those auto attacks. Doesn't have the longest range team, so needs to be the one to do that. They'll take an Ocean, mostly just to get the Elder to spawn.
And they see the Shy, they're going to be more willing to step up and hit, you would think.
Find the bind. It just does not matter. That is not a pick that works very well. Rookie wants to find his way in, turns invisible, walks right back out, pulls out the cocoon. But that's it.
Trying to buy 1 more minion wave's worth of time to find this fight. The Shy has been well goaltended from fights this whole game. And a big adjustment for the side of Griffin on that front.
40% on the top inhibitor turret. New wave coming in right now. IG have their whole squad on the screen. Chovy's up to the side, so if there's a flash engage, there's a moment without the Scion there. It's just wave. The turret now about 1/4. Minions being shepherded in. They've got to defend the Nexus turret. They go for a little bit of backdoor damage. And now the Shy must move over and knock these down. Next wave comes in about 15 seconds.
I think Chovy's taking damage. It's hard to tell, honestly.
He's not.
Kaisa is one of the best tank shredders in the game, and it's a death cap AP Kaisa barely touching Chovy.
Moving forward now, they've got the minions there, and that's going to be another one knocked down. That is the turret gone. The inhibitor now laid open. Ning not knocked up, actually. Chovy, let's go a little early. That's going to be the attempt to kick back, though. Can they find Viper? But he gets the KO ult on top. It's already 1-for-0. Viper is still alive. It's a complete slaughter now. It's IG trying to stay up, but they are not going to do so. Rookie left alone without his team. He will run back to the fountain. He'll be sent back there in a body bag. A triple kill in for the Elise. That's the ace. That's the Nexus. And Griffin take the first step on the reverse sweep.
Griffin gonna make it a series. No 3-0 on this day, and our first best of 5 of the day. Viper especially with a bounce back performance after he